everybody, Nikki White here, and today I'm super excited to take you guys along with me to Ghibli Park. So I'm just going to do a quick little overview of how to get there, and this is if you're going from Tokyo. So I took a Shinkansen from Tokyo to Nagoya. Once you get to Nagoya, you're going to be looking for their subway line, so you are going to have to do a little bit of a trek to get there. Once you're on the subway, you're going to take it to the last stop, the end of the line. I'm about to hop on the Linmo, which is right behind me, and that is the final stretch of this journey, so we are almost there. I think it's about a 15-minute ride, and they come every 10 minutes, so I'm so excited. Let's go! And it's quite obvious when you're at that stop. You're going to see lots of Ghibli-themed signage. So you're going to pay 360 yen each way. So the station is not actually called Ghibli Park Station. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. And once you're there, you're going to see all the magical artwork for Ghibli. There's going to be a big map, which is super helpful. I also got one of the paper maps because I was paranoid I was going to somehow end up in the wrong place or miss my time slot. So I would definitely recommend either taking a picture of the map or picking up a physical map. We have made it to Ghibli Park, and from Tokyo it was about a 3-hour trek from door to door. I'm about 30 minutes early for my time slot. Your tickets have time slots to get in for the different areas, so I might hit up the Lawson, or I think there's a gift shop as well, so I'm just gonna kind of do those first, I suppose, since they don't let you in early. And our first stop is going to be the Whisper of the Heart area. We're there for an hour, and then we've got the warehouse and the brand new Princess Mononoke area. I think I'm going to hit up the shop out here quickly, because then I kind of have to navigate where I need to get to in the actual park, which I should probably figure out sooner than later. Gift shop is obviously super cute, and it does have some exclusive items for Ghibli Park. I, on the other hand, had already bought a lot of stuff at like the Dongguri Republic, so I didn't really need to go too ham here, which is good because otherwise I'd be carrying stuff around. I did, of course, pick up a few things. As a heads up though, this gift shop is technically public. There is another one inside the warehouse, so I would check both out first. They do have quite a bit of signage around, so with the signage and the map in hand, you'll be good, you'll find stuff. So I thought the clock tower might be the entrance to the warehouse, but it actually just brings you down to like the warehouse level. So it's basically just a fancy elevator. We are making our way to Youth Hill / World Emporium, and in true Ghibli fashion, we're walking through nature. It's a very forested area. I've also got my little buddy here. I feel like I'm in full weeb mode. Had to do it to him. I also hell yeah. So Youth Hill is the Whisper of the Heart area, as well as the Cat Returns, and once you're sitting outside you can kind of see the whole area. Basically, it is quite small, so I don't think you need the full hour to explore it. I think I spent about around 35 minutes here, and that was also yucking it up with some people. My cat answered the phone. Some of the real magic of this space happens inside the house, where you're not allowed to film, but they did such a great job of recreating the house from the film. I was really impressed with that. And of course, the cat bureau is amazing. You get to peek inside and see like a life-size Muta. He's on the couch there. And you get to see the scene from the movie, and you can hear the clock ticking, so it was very well done. I'm sure if you're a kid and you're down at like the eye level, it is magical. And in case you guys don't know me by now, I'm just a big kid. I'm just a 33-year-old kid. So I went around this house and was looking in and looking at different details for probably more time than I should have. Overall, I'd say I was kind of pleasantly surprised with this area. It was better than I thought. I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. So I'm just leaving the Whisper of the Heart area. You're not allowed to film in the actual house, but it's so well done. Like, all the details are there. The basement was the best part because it's like the studio and they have got the violins that they're making. There was a piano, and yours truly played the piano poorly, but I had busted it out to give it a whirl. And then someone else was like kind of playing violin, so it was very cute. And yeah, they had the Baron statue, which was awesome. And with my hour up at Youth Hill, let's head on over to the warehouse. Now this is the main event, baby. Oh my god, I can see the Howl stuff being formed. Oh my lord. Here we go, line up for the warehouse. And as you can tell by the video footage, the warehouse is by far the busiest area, but it is also like the biggest and like the most going on area, so it does make sense. So give yourself some extra time to wait in the lineup and make sure you have your passport and tickets ready to go. My plan is to go to the cinema first to get that done and over with, and hopefully get there before there's a big lineup. Let's go! So this month, May and the Kitten Bus was playing, which I was super excited to finally see because it's one of the shorts that I haven't seen but have been dying to see. So very excited I got to see it. This is the one I got to see back in 2017 at Ghibli Museum. I don't know, Water Spider, I wasn't interested. So from here I headed off to the Arietti area, which shrinks you down so that everything is very huge and you're like one of the little borrowers. Unfortunately, you can't really go into these spaces. You're just kind of looking through the window at them, I guess, so that people don't completely destroy these areas, which makes sense, but it is unfortunate. It would be nice to actually like interact with them a little more. This part you could actually like go into, and it was kind of like behind the walls and under the baseboards kind of thing. There was a school trip going on while I was there, which probably happens all the time, so there was just children swarmed everywhere, so I was trying not to get in the way. Outside of the house is the garden area, which was really cool. So it's got all the plants, all the flowers. There is a photo op space. Would you know I had to do it to him? Hi! This space was actually quite a decent size, bigger than I thought it would be. It was definitely one of the more prominent areas in the space. Up next, I just kind of followed the path, which took me to the Minamachi shopping street. And this looks like an alley you might see in Japan, like where the izakayas are, and you can actually do some shopping. They've got a bookstore, they've got a model shop, and they have a candy shop. So you can definitely check those out if that is something you're interested in. Or you can just take a seat at the tables there for a little break. So from here, I kind of looped back to the beginning. I went to go take a quick little peek at the Cat Bus room. It is for children though, so I didn't really go in. I didn't want to be that weirdo. And you also can't film in there. So looping back to the main area, I decided it was time for some lunchy, and they do have a Porco Rosso themed cafe, which has one-handed food options because you're a pilot and you need the other hand. So it has a bunch of sandwiches. It does have some vegetarian options as well. And I'd been debating which sandwich I was gonna pick for days. Honestly, a bunch of them sounded good, and the spaghetti one just sounded like funny and a novelty. They also had pizzas, and they did have some dessert options as well. And you could get lit at the cafe if you wanted to, because they got wine, baby. I ended up going for the prosciutto and cheese sandwich, and honestly, it was pretty good and not that expensive. Like, they could have made it 10 bucks a sandwich, but they didn't, so I appreciated that. I just got the sandwich, I didn't get a drink, I didn't get dessert, but with my belly full of sandwich, it was time to head back in, and I was just kind of consulting the map and trying to figure out which areas I should hit up. And my gamble to go to the movie theater first didn't really pay off because it didn't look like it ever got that rammed, and instead I should have gone to the kind of main warehouse area. That footage there is just kind of showing a little bit of the kids area. That's where the cat bus is. So my game plan at this point was to kind of wait out the line at the main area and just kind of do some other things. So I went to the director's room, which is where Yubaba is, and I think the area itself they did a really good job with, like the details of the little Yubaba birds, and the actual studio is amazing. But again, you can't actually go into this space. You're just kind of looking through a window at it, which is a little disappointing because I think with the amount of detail they put into this, it would be awesome to like walk around it. But alas. Then I headed over to the Castle in the Sky area, which is literally just a photo op, and the lineup wasn't too bad, so I went over there. And then I went over to the main exhibition area, which is where the big lineup is, and that's where all the kind of photo op opportunities are, and it is very cool, but be prepared to get in line. My advice would be if you can hit up this area first when you can get in, you should do it. Oh, there's me, my boy No Face. And they had the Porco Rosso scene where they're in a fight, which I thought was funny. My guy. And I feel like he was getting no love, like no one was taking pictures with him, which is kind of strange to me because it is one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies, but maybe it's just underrated. Then I feel like they put a lot of effort into this Up on Poppy Hill area. And this is actually one of my least favorite Ghibli films. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I did think it was kind of funny there was so much effort put into it. I was definitely pleasantly surprised to see some love for Pompoko. And they had this great scene you can take a picture with where they're like strategizing what they're gonna do. So obviously I jumped in there and I helped them strategize to take down the humans. Then over to the Castle in the Sky area, and you can take a photo here. And I did find this area specifically a bit disappointing with the combination of the lighting and the fact that you get on the aircraft to take a picture with the captain, but she's facing the wrong way. Like, it just doesn't really pan out. Then over to some maybe lesser known Ghibli films. The Only Yesterday area was quite subtle, but I did still enjoy what they did with it. Okay, this one, I literally don't think I know what this is from. Like, that was the one area I did not know, so help me out because I guess I'm not a real one. Now, they went pretty hard on the Ponyo area and I appreciated it. I think it was really cool, really dynamic, well done. The only complaint is the lighting at the top. So you go up there to take a picture with Ponyo, but the lighting is just abysmal. Nobody cared about the Wind Rises area. When Marnie was there area, I think was well done for the amount of space they had, and the floor was really cool because I think it did look like water, and I think this movie is very underrated. It's just me. Then I was off to the second exhibition area, which had way less people, and unfortunately you couldn't really film in there, but they had the food exhibit on where they show food in Ghibli films, and as an artist, seeing the storyboarding and the concept art for these scenes was really interesting. At the end of the exhibit, you can see the poster art for different territories for the films. So overall, I'm going to give the Ghibli Grand Warehouse area a 9 out of 10. At the end of this exhibition area, there is a pleasant surprise. That's where you find the life-size cat bus. A little bit of a humble brag. I'm a bit of a frequent rider on the cat bus. I just finished in the whirlwind that was the Ghibli warehouse. That has kind of all the big main events. A little bit overwhelming. I'm heading over to the Mononoke area now. I just have to get there before 4. There's no set entry time, but I bought the combination tickets to do warehouse and that. So heading there now. I can see them working on the Valley of the Witches, which is the Kiki and Howl area. I think it's dropping. I think it's opening in March 2024. Good excuse to come back, right? As if I need an excuse. So since you can't enter this area after 4 p.m., I would say if you're running short on time to definitely come here before you go to the warehouse. There is the Lord Okoto slide, but that's just for children. And there is the demon, which is very cool visually, but again, there's just not too much to do in this area compared to like the Youth Hill area, which I thought was done way better. inside this area here, you can pay extra money to sign up for a hands-on doing like a charcoal mochi making class, which does sound cool, but I was just tired and I didn't feel like paying extra to do this activity. Now I feel like this video is kind of turned into me doing my tier list of Ghibli films, but I was kind of disappointed in this area because Princess Mononoke is one of my favorites, so I was super excited to see it, more so than the Whisper of the Heart area, but this one just kind of fell short for me. I feel like if they added some stuff, it could have been so much better. So I would rate this area like, I don't know, a 5 or 6 out of 10. Maybe I should have just done the class to kind of add a little something. But I don't think you need too much time here, so plan your trip accordingly. I obviously didn't go to the Totoro forest area, so I'm not too sure how much time that takes. But yeah, give yourself like 30-40 minutes for Youth Hill. This area, honestly, I feel like maybe I did 20 minutes. There is also a gift shop in this area. You're just not allowed to film inside there, but it's nothing special. They have like maybe 4 things for sale, and you do need a ticket to enter this gift shop. Let's take the clock tower elevator back up. We walked down here, but why not? Ooh. I wonder if the stairs are open. You know I would do it, but I might get a bit dizzy. The stairs are not even available. One last stop at the gift shop up here. I didn't give it enough time the first round because I wanted to take more time inside, obviously, but now that we're leaving, let's go take a look and see what else they got. Not that I need anything else. So pretty. Thank you for watching. That concludes our day here at Ghibli Park. I'm ready to take the 3-hour trip back to Tokyo. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, see you, bye.